Hey there YouTube, Trendsetters here. So this is a continuation from making our homemade lumber mill guide video. This was a standing dead tree that we used. Nothing special, just wanted to practice on something that wasn't high quality. There are some rotten spots down at the other end by the base, so we'll try to cut around those. I already took a slab off of the one side. I didn't have a tripod with me at the time, so didn't video that. But anyways, here's our 2x4 slide guard on here. Fits into the base of the homemade mill, like so. And you just slide back and forth on here. I've taken a square, a speed square, and just made a line here with Sharpie to line up the chainsaw with it, and we will rip off a section. Also, this is a continuation of making the ripping chain video, which I have installed on this chainsaw. I cut up some small pieces cross-cut for a little fire we got back there. It's about -20 here, Celsius, Alberta. So it's not a bad day really. Wind is light, little fire is always nice. And it seemed to cut quite well cross-cut. I've heard some stories that it doesn't cross-cut so well using a ripping chain. It seemed to be fine for me. They were small pieces, but still worked out pretty good. So we're going to take this outside slab off and see how it works. Now, I will say one thing that I would like to modify on this. I noticed when I did this top slab too, it'd be nice to have a handle of some sort. As you've seen in that piece right there, I placed my hand on here to help stabilize the guide, and as well to increase the pressure rather than just using the chainsaw itself. So eventually in the future I would like to maybe put some kind of handle on here to assist with pushing. As far as the ripping chain goes, way better performance than the crosscut that I used on the top slab. Went way quicker than the crosscut. Now again, this is got some rotten spots in it and some wormholes, but as you can see, it's quite smooth. It's done a very good job for something that is a do-it-yourself. Much smoother than the other one, which I used over there for that bench. Still perfectly acceptable, but this turned out much nicer. So what I'm going to do now, put the video on pause. I'm going to flip the log and reattach our slide 2x4, and we will take another chunk off. So what I've decided to do, instead of flipping the whole log, is down at this other end, there's still some bark or outside piece that didn't really get cut off. So I just moved the guide 2x4 over about 1 inch, used the speed square again to draw another line to start everything up. We're going to make another slab about 1 inch thick approximately. I'm not going for accuracy here because this is just kind of our practice log, as I had mentioned earlier. So we will give it another shot. Also something to note too, if you can take the bark off, or the majority of the bark off, it will help the longevity of your chainsaw blade life also, or I should say chainsaw sharpness. So we're going to try to take, I don't know if you can see from there or not, but there's some leftover bark down there. We're going to take another piece off of this and save that slab for use for later on. next piece turned out pretty good, went pretty fast. Fairly smooth as far as a chainsaw goes. Thickness seemed to stay fairly consistent. Excellent. That turned out pretty good. So now I will go ahead and flip it like I had mentioned before and take another piece off. What I'm trying to do with this one is not make slabs like I did with those two pieces. I want to make a beam. Then later on I can decide if I want to make lumber off of it, 1-inch slabs, 2x4s, whatever be the case, and we can go from there. Okay, so we've got the log flipped, our guide board put back on. We'll do the third side of this guy. Slid a little bit. That one turned out pretty good. Found an extra little rotten spot that I couldn't see from the outside. Not a big deal really. It's a practice piece anyways. Should be able to get something out of it. So hopefully this part helps both with the mill guide and with the ripping chain that I showed in previous videos. Take care, like, subscribe, share it with your friends.